Good evening, everyone. Had a couple of moments this evening in the shop, and I figured I'd take a moment to make this video to try to help some new up-and-coming racers. I saw a video a couple of days ago that Reaper from Street Outlaws posted, and he done a very good job with it, but he's talking about rollout, basically how to guess the tree on a 4/10 Pro Tree. And that's some pretty good information that most racers that have been to a racetrack have probably started stumbling across, but they don't really exactly know what's happening. So he broke that down for them. But I thought, I see a lot of racers at the track that are pretty new to the sport, and they really don't understand how the tree works as a whole. They really don't know the staging procedure, courtesy staging, 7-second rule, all that stuff. So I figured I'd take a few minutes just to kind of break that down, let you know how all this works, how some parts of the ticket works, and all that, just to give you an idea of what happens there. So that way, when you go to the racetrack next, maybe you have a little bit better idea of how you should stage the car. I see a lot of newcomers that really get in there and they don't really know how to roll into the lights. They may double bulb people, they may wait people out too long, all that stuff. So before we get started with what's happening here, I want everybody to kind of know, this is what I tell new drivers that maybe seem a little anxious and nervous when they get up there. Between the time that you do your burnout and the time that you light the pre-stage light, you roll into this. This is the eye that actually trips it. Your wheel's going to roll in front of this. This will be your pre-stage, and then your wheel's going to roll in front of this one. This is going to be your stage. So you roll in front of this eye. If you look at the track, there'll be a box down there, and it'll have two eyes in it. You roll in front of the first eye, and it's going to light your pre-stage bulb. And then you roll in front of your second eye, and it's going to light your stage bulb. But before you get there, after you do your burnout and you're getting ready to get to the tree, I like to tell all my drivers, this is your time. Like, if you're nervous at all, there's a lot of people watching you, whatever, take a little moment to say a prayer, do whatever you need to do to get ready before you roll into that first beam. Nobody's going to rush you. Like, you may feel rushed, but there's really nobody there that's going to be like, dude, get your car in the beams. Like, generally you have a solid minute after the guy lights his pre-stage bulb to get in there. So just take your time after you do your burnout, get settled in the car, make sure everything's turned on. If you need help, open the door and ask somebody. Make sure your nitrous is on. I see a lot of people get rushed up and they forget to turn their nitrous bottle on, or they get to turn the CO2 on for the boost control, and you just completely waste a pass. And if you go to races like we go to, where there's a bajillion people there most of the time, a wasted pass is not what you want to deal with. You're only going to get a couple that day anyway, so let's make every single one of them count. So you do your burnout, take your time to get everything in the car ready, make sure everything's the way it's supposed to be. Make sure you're comfortable and relaxed. Take a deep breath and then proceed forward. Now, the first bulb that you're going to light is the pre-stage bulb. This bulb means nothing. It doesn't activate the tree. It doesn't do anything except tell the guy in the other lane that you are ready to race and you're waiting on him, casually waiting on him. No timer's going to knock you out at this point. Nobody's yelling or screaming at you. He's just sitting there idling in the pre-stage, waiting on you to get in. This is what's called courtesy staging. So he's going to roll in to his first eye here. It's going to light the first pre-stage bulb, okay? Or you're going to be there first. One of the two cars is going to be there first and light the first pre-stage bulb. Now, at this moment, whoever lit this first one really needs to wait on the other car to light their first one. And when the second car lights their first pre-stage bulb or pulls into this, what we do is called courtesy staging, which means when the first car lights, the second car lights their first one but doesn't double bulb, doesn't roll all the way into the second one. So the first car doesn't double bulb, they only get the first one. And then the second car doesn't double bulb, they only get the first one. Then that tells both drivers, okay, man, I'm here, car's ready, I'm ready to race. Who's going to go into the first stage light first? So you've got both of your pre-stages lit, okay? You're both in front of the first eye, all right? Now here's where the decision making starts kind of playing into it. Generally, whoever lit the pre-stage bulb first, we'll light the stage bulb first next. However, if you have a turbo car and a nitrous car together, the nitrous car may decide he's going to wait the turbo car out, the turbo car decides they're going to wait the nitrous car out, and blah, 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 blah. If both of you just sit in this pre-stage for 3 minutes, that to me does not count as a burn down, okay? You're just sitting there waiting. Some nitrous guys go, or if you didn't have a turbo car, you could light it first. Well, why are you waiting me out? Why don't you just go ahead and light it first? I don't understand what the problem there is. But anyway, so both of you guys light your first ones, okay? The next guy rolls in to light the second bulb. He's going to roll past this one and light this one, okay? So he's going to roll past the first eye into the second eye. Now it's going to light the stage bulb, okay? Now once his stage bulb is lit, whoever the first one is in to get this stage bulb lit, whoever lights that one, the other guy only has 7 seconds if the 7-second staging rule is in effect. If it's not, then you have forever. But generally speaking, it's not of good manners to try to wait this guy out too long once he's in the stage bulb. You've already let him know you're ready to race. He's rolled into the stage bulb, so he's waiting on you to light your stage bulb. So, you both roll in, you've got your pre-stage, you've let everybody know that you're ready to race. One of you lights the second one, the next guy lights this one, okay? Now at this point in time, once this stage light bulb is on for X amount of time, which it's like 0.2 of a second or something, once it's on that long, the tree has activated at that point. It knows that you are ready to go. It knows that everything's good to go. It knows that both parties are ready to race. Both lanes are activated. We're ready to get this thing on, right? Once you've rolled into that, if you roll out backwards or you roll out of this beam forward before this green light comes on, it is now a red light. That red light indicates that you left before the green light was activated. Now, Reaper was talking about how you can guess the bulb or guess the green light and all that stuff, and you can. You have enough rollout on the tire here that you actually have this gap too between the two beams. So if you've lit the pre-stage and you've got this one on both at the same time, and you go to leave, then you've got that much time you can leave before the light turns green, and you're just kind of guessing at whether the tire is going to roll out of the second one. So in order to get a red light, you have to roll out of this second eye before that light turns green. And if you do that, you will in fact red light, okay? Now, there's a lot of confusion on tickets too about whether the reaction time counts into your ET. And in fact, it does not count into your ET. When you get your ticket, if it says you run a 6.0 with a 0.2 reaction time, you didn't run a 6.2. You run a 6.0, but you left 0.2 seconds after the light turned green. Okay, so you need to work on speeding that up a little bit because that's a pretty lousy reaction time. Now, races can be won on reaction time and not change the ET, because if you've got a 0.2 reaction time and old dude has a 0.002 reaction time, that means he left 0.2 of a second before you did, which means if the cars are pretty similar, he'd probably just outrun you pretty badly. So anyway, that's kind of how the tree works, how the tree goes down. So if you're staging, just remember, light your first bulb, wait for the next guy to light his second bulb. Don't double bulb him. People get pissed off about that shit. Don't double bulb him. Then when he lights his second one, then you both can go in to light your stage light, okay? But before all of that happens, relax, take a deep breath. That's your time, okay? To do what you need to do to get ready. Just relax. Make sure that everything's right in the car. Everything's good. Roll in and get your first. He's going to get his second. Roll in and get your second. He's going to get his first. Roll in and get your second. He's going to get his second. And then the race is on after that. Yeah. And if you have a Mustang, it should be 160% anti-squat, 30-inch instant center, and about 56% nose weight to get down most racetracks. Anyway, this is Rob D. We'll see you.